you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah.
Have you ever felt?
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah. Yeah.
Loving how you wind up for me. Tonight is all on me. Mash up the place for me. Yeah, yeah. She just wanna highlight. Ooh, wee, that body talk to me. I need a taste, baby. Loving the way you move around me. No more delay. No, you can't wait to shut it down. Want to show me how you work it. I can't find no flaws, you perfect. Cause every time that you come around my way, I keep falling again. I keep falling again. And every time that you come across my mind, I keep falling again. I keep falling again. In love. Yeah.
Hey guys, welcome to the 5S to Love Real Talk with the Ladies. And yes, we're with the ladies tonight. So our conversation tonight, to me, is one that's badly needed. I think as a woman, we kind of look at what social media thinks, what, I don't know, fashion says. I hate going in the store and they tell me they only go up to a size 12. Who does that in America? The average size woman is a 14. I don't know. So to me, I don't know. I think we kind of do the self-doubt thing because of everything that happens around us. Everyone likes to put their great life on social media, and then we begin to condemn ourselves because we feel like our life is not as great as them. We look at people's relationships and we're thinking, well, my relationship is not as great as that relationship, so something must be wrong with me. Or why am I still single? Why doesn't anyone want to be with me? Well, those are all the questions we're going to answer tonight. So let me bring the beat in. Let me tell you tonight, honey, I don't know what's happening, but she sure is fabulous. Precious, you better say something.
Come on now. I'm ready for tonight. Let's get it. Let's go.
Honey, you coming in like Queen Bee. I feel like I should be at a concert with you, hanging out.
I feel like we should. I feel like we should too. And this is an appropriate topic for us to talk about it. Let's bring it.
We are bringing it. And I'm going to tell you right now, you guys think, and you already know, I think Jillian
a Barbie doll.
She and Jillian hates that I call her a Barbie, but Jillian, I'm sorry. You're just adorable. But let me just tell you something. If Jillian was a Barbie, she would be the registered nurse Barbie. She just wouldn't be the cute fashion Barbie because Jillian, honey, is smart as a tack on top of being beautiful. And she's an awesome mom and an awesome wife.
I'll take it.
That way. And that's what I love about her.
But
let me tell you right now.
I'll take it. Thank you.
Girl, Holly.
Come on.
Holly, all you gotta say is every time I see you, it's like seeing sunshine. Right?
Oh,
I feel like it's like seeing sunshine when I see you.
Good. Yeah. It should be. Like I bring the ray every time.
Every time? Well, I'm gonna tell you, we have a special guest tonight. And I'm really excited about our special guest. Well, I think she's absolutely adorable. And you guys already know I love her dad, who's Galen McDowell. This is Angel McDowell coming on. This is Baby McDowell.
Baby McDowell.
Baby McDowell is here with us tonight. I'm so excited to have you.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
I'm telling you, honey, let me tell you guys something. And I'm not going to call her Baby McDowell, but because Angel's a grown lady. She's graduated from college. She's a grown lady. But to her dad and I, Julian and Angel are very close in age, my son and Julian and Angel. And we just think of them as our babies. So whenever we talk, we start off talking about our kids first. Then we get to the logistics of the real conversation. So I just want to say I'm really proud of her. She went to school for veterinary science. She's extremely intelligent on top of being beautiful. And I just think she's absolutely adorable. So I'm very happy she could join us here tonight. Let me tell you guys something. When I told her about the topic, she was like, yes, for sure. I definitely want to be a part of this conversation. Right? And so I was like, okay, this is looking pretty good. She says, I want to kind of talk from a perspective of a 20-something. Isn't that awesome? Look at Precious. This is gonna be a real conversation. I don't know what's gonna happen, but this must be a real conversation. So, folks, look, we'll be right back after this quick commercial break, and we're gonna start our conversation because we want to know what's going on in women's minds. Why don't we think that we're good enough when we are? We're amazing. We're rock stars. All right, we'll be right back after this quick commercial break. And when I say quick, I mean quick. My name is Christine Burkette, the inventor of the 5 F's to Love. This is a compatibility app. It's an app that gives you an opportunity to rate words that start with the letter F in chronological order of importance to you, to help you find your one true love, your soulmate, and the person you're going to spend the rest of your life with. So after you've taken the time to rate your F's in chronological order, you send a link to the person, I don't know, you just met, or the person you've been dating for quite some time. Or maybe it's the person you've been married to for 30 to 40 to 50 years. And then you compare your top 5 F's to find out what things you have in common and things that you may perhaps need to work on. This is taking a simplistic perspective on how to find your one true love, your soulmate, the person you're going to spend the rest of your life with. And thank you for downloading the 5 F's app. Okay, so guys, I'm so ready to talk, but I always have to let our people talk to us who are watching. Gertrude, who's been with us since day one. Good evening, ladies. Gertrude, we love you and all of your support. And then we have Mr. Synchronicity.
I love that word, synchronicity.
Okay, he all up on it. And then old school, what is it? Old school play.com, which is Cheers. Who is this person? I like that.
I think he's oldschoolplayer.com.
Yes, I think so too.
We're just doing the most over here. Okay, so folks, if you're watching, be sure to like, share, subscribe, and follow our YouTube channel. And thank you so much for joining us tonight. All right, ladies, let's get down to business. So tonight we're going to jump right into this conversation because we got a lot to talk about. I think that as women, we do a great job with the nurturing part of other people, but we kind of leave ourselves out. And quite often it's a mystery to me. So I'm going to start with who is familiar with this new trend. Oh, I'm sorry. Wrong thing. Sorry. I was like, that's the wrong show I set up. Okay. All right, here we go. So that's because I set up way
for a day. All right.
Right. All I got to say is that's next week's show on our LGBT show on Monday. All the questions are set up. So I just want to say it's like gay for pay. But anyways, let's go. So why do you think are the top cause of women's self-doubt? What do you think are the top causes for women in self-doubt? Let's see if anybody can come up with those answers or what you think they are.
Social media.
Moms.
Child trauma. And comparison.
Representation of you and me, representation of what you look like in media.
Yeah, social media all day.
Oh my God.
Relationship experiences.
Come on, Angel.
Social media.
Look at Angel. Angel said relationship experiences.
Relationship experiences, yes.
Bullies.
All right, so what did you say,
bullies?
Yep.
That's true. I had quite a few.
Bullies.
Mm-hmm. All right. Anything else?
Girls are mean. Girls are nasty.
Girls are mean. So listen, if you're watching tonight,
definitely.
I would love to hear from you and for you to give us your feedback on why do you think women go through self-doubt? The answers are marital relationship problems, work-life balance issues, financial troubles, stressful events, weight, body image issues, unable to manage precious loss or hurt, right? So the thing is that as women, we manage a lot. And so let's break down the first thing. How many of you think social media is really playing with our heads right now about what's hot and what's not? All right, so let me ask you a question. What I call them the boomerang booties.
Ciao.
I'm just saying, I call them boomerang booties. Am I wrong for that? Because I think that's what it feels like.
We talking about the BBL community,
right?
You talking about BBL?
It's a movement.
Oh, Lord Jesus.
She said a boomerang booty. But you know what, Queen? Social media will have you really thinking that's the real world. And you know, on Friday we were on this train. We were going to the Apollo, and I said to myself, "Hold up! I'm looking on the streets of New York. I didn't see a BBL. I didn't see models just walking. I saw regular people, and I said, you know what? There's a disconnect to what's on social media versus what's happening in the real world, and we're really thinking that's what's really the real world, and we're seeing something that's not true out there. Oh, girl." I'm not gonna have a boomerang booty. I'm 44, man. I don't think the body could recover, so I'm good on what I got.
Okay, so you just made a good point. When I talk to the guys, and you guys don't have a lot of guy friends, you know what they say to me? They say that they're not interested in the boomerang booties. So why do you think so many of us are going out to get them?
I think we've become a culture that's surrounded with life.
I think we see it praised so much on social media, from celebrities, social media influencers. And when you see all this attention given to women that have a certain type of body with the boomerang booty, then it makes you feel like, well, I guess I need that same body type.
Absolutely.
Okay. And that's just to let you guys know, that's what I said to them. I said, hey guys, if you put me, the normal woman, on social media in the same bathing suit as a boomerang body, and a boomerang body to me is a body that got repaired, I bet you she's going to get 1 million likes, and I'll probably end up with 5, right? But I'm a real person who works every day, who's not spending all my time and effort and somebody else's money on getting my body together. Right. So they were saying, no, that's not true. We would like you as well. And I just want to say, he was like boomerang booty, LOL.
I love that term so much better than BBLs, boomerang booty.
It's just, to me, that's a boomerang booty. So the thing is, Lise, I mean, do you really think men are liking one thing on social media, but in reality they want something else? Because I'll tell you what else they said they don't like. They said they hate the eyelashes. They said they hate the eyelashes.
Well, can I be honest about something? Because I could see, okay. So much of what we see on social media is celebrity, influencer, and gossip, right? And so, and often regular people are measured against that. Like, and I don't see, like, so let's say someone's having a birthday and they're getting a Rolls Royce. Most regular people are not getting a Rolls Royce for their birthday. And yet I'm expected to keep up with something that is not even real, right? And so I've been sitting up here and constantly telling myself and my sisters, I'm like, yo, there's a real life and a social media life, and our young people are living in this fantasy land because that's more fun than the reality of what's happening in the real world, right? And so I think regular men are not even seen in social media. It's the rappers and the actors and the influencers. Regular everyday men and regular everyday women are like silent. No one's listening because it has to look, sound, and act this way until you age out of that and you're like, ooh, oh.
Well, I think you can also, I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. I think you can also make the comparison where it's McDonald's versus a home cooked meal. You know, that home cooked meal, love that. It's gonna feed you, it's gonna keep you healthy, it's gonna keep you on track. That McDonald's look good on the commercial, but I know it ain't right for me.
I love that. So we got boomerang booty, and now we got McDonald's versus home cooked meal. So Angel, what do you think about this? You're the youngest of all of us. What do you think about what's happening?
Honestly, I think when men are looking at these women with these kinds of bodies on social media, it's more like a fantasy for them. But in real life, they're not going for those types of women. In real life, those aren't the type of women they're attracted to or that they would want to quote unquote settle down with. But online, that's like, whoa.
But do you think it's sending a mixed message? Like, do you think it's applauding, is making women think that's what they want. So, i.e., I'm just gonna like this person, right? I'm liking them, and then you're trying to figure out, should I look like them for me to get their attention or time? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, it's somebody that I know for sure that's on social media who has attempted to talk to me at least 30 times. And I said to them, well, one, the pictures of you on social media, you're just about naked. I mean, the only thing covering your private parts is like a little piece of a towel. Let's just be number one on that, which I just want to say it is a big towel, but we won't get into that part. We're going to get into is that I was like, with your body looking like that, I'm an average woman. So I'm kind of feeling like when them clothes, now with clothes on, I'm magnificent. Okay, because I know how to pull it together. But when them clothes come off, it's a couple ripples in there. I don't know now. It's a couple ripples. I don't know with that perfect body that you illuminating that you're gonna be in agreement with these ripples, right? So that's the reason why I can't take him serious, because he says it's not what I think. He keeps saying, I love you just the way you are. And I'm concerned about that because I won't talk to him, right? Do you guys feel that way?
Girl, yeah.
Jillian, what about you? Because Jillian, honestly,
those are self-limiting. That's just self-limiting beliefs. You can tell yourself anything and believe it.
Wow. So I need to tell myself that I'm magnificent?
Absolutely.
Repeatedly.
And then repeatedly. So I was working with a client today, and he has trouble dating, and he says there's this 666 rule, and I'm like, what the hell is a 666 rule? Do you guys know what that is?
No.
I never heard of it before, and I don't believe in that shit. So he says the 666 rule is a man's got to be a 6 foot, at least 6 foot or taller, making 6 figures, or their dick's got to be at least 6 inches long or bigger. So it's the 666 rule, and that's why he's not getting any. And he said, and he told me, he goes, because I know I'm not good looking enough. And I said, that's your problem right there. You're telling yourself you're not good enough, and you believe it. So stop telling yourself that shit.
Okay, you know what, Jillian, you got a point though, but he got a point too though. Everything
you already know Christine about to go there. I know you about to go there.
So people took the time to not judge each other by their cover. Listen, if people stop judging each other by their cover, take the time to get to know each other. Because I've been called Barbie bitch, but then I've been told, hey, I took the time to get to know you, and you're a really sweet, nice person. But no, you look at me and people automatically assume
you are not a Barbie
things.
bitch. Jillian, you are the sweetest person. Oh my gosh. That person, listen, guys.
People assume stuff, just like you assume these women on Instagram and these women on OnlyFans are ruining it for single ladies. They're not ruining anything. That's just a perception.
Okay, Jillian, we're going to talk about fans only, though, in a minute. All right, real talk. Miss Rhumel, she said, okay, hi.
Hi, Rhumel.
And then my girl, Nicole. What's up, Nicole? Nicole, you better stop clowning on me over there. Nicole always thinks I'm in a hysterical moment, one step away from a hysterical moment. All right, guys, we're going to go out for a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back after this quick message. We do have a new sponsor called Charlene's Bar and Lounge, who we are featuring the 5S to Love every single Wednesday. It's called Battle of the Sexes. We have an event there every Wednesday. So, folks, we'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
여유롭게 달려와 내일은 더 빛나지 당연해 내 삶은 shine like a diamond 괜히 해서 뭐해 걱정 I got no worries no I got no worries no I got no worries no I'm shining like a diamond yeah got different view 여유롭게 teasing yeah 내 자유로운 soul leave me be please 문제가 돈이 나면 I'll be filthy rich but 걱정 따윈 없지
Okay, we're back. And yes, I do dance to my own promos because I like them. All right, so folks, before we get back to Jillian 6, 6, and 6, which Jillian, we're going to talk about that because there might be some truth to that from my perspective. I'm just saying. Okay, so Rhumel said, hey, ladies, I'm loving this conversation. Thanks, Rhumel. We appreciate the support, and we miss you tonight, honey. So listen, Jillian, real talk, though, I do need a man that's over 6 foot tall. I don't like little men. He doesn't have to make 6 figures, but he has to have a job. And his penis does have to be at least 6 inches for it to make a difference for me. So that guy is right in some aspects, but it doesn't apply to every woman. By the way, I prefer a little more than 6, but we won't get into that. But the bottom line is, real talk, Jillian, little men do have a hard time, but we're not here to really console with little men tonight. That'll be a show that I'll do with the men later about short men and their issues, right? Okay, so why do we think women self-reflect and we rarely see the positive? Why do you think we automatically go for what's wrong versus what's right? Do you think we were trained that way? Because I'm going to be honest with you. I grew up watching Charlie's Angels. And by the way, I still watch them to this day. They were some bad women in couture. Do you hear me? They were taking that hair. Farrah Fawcett, by the way, I collect Barbies. I got the Farrah Fawcett Barbie right now because her hair. Okay? Farrah Fawcett was bad. Her name was Jillian on the Charlie's Angels. And my mother used to say to me, well, Christine, why do you watch them? There's no black women on there. I said, Mom, because they're fabulous. Right? And they were smart. And they carried a gun. And they beat up men.
They were badasses.
I know they were badasses. So let me ask you a question. Growing up, we really didn't see a clear representation of African-American women. We just didn't, right? And I feel like for a long time, even Barbies, all my Barbies were white Barbies. And I felt like when we finally got a black Barbie, I was like, she a little shaky though. When I finally got that black Barbie. And I didn't play with her until they came out with a black Barbie that had long hair like the white Barbie. I'm just keeping it real.
Keep it a bean. Keep it a bean.
I mean, for real. And so it wasn't until the late 70s, going into the 80s, when black and white Barbie and Asian Barbie and Latino Barbie all had nursing uniforms. They could all be doctors. I mean, because for a while, only white Barbie had that option. Mm-hmm. So let me ask you a question. And Jillian, you can chime in because really, Jillian, you're not really white. We don't see you as a white lady. We just see you as one of our sister girls. You won't here with us. Okay, let's keep it real. Do you all think
we all believe red?
Exactly. We all believe red. Do you think that impacted your self-image?
No.
From the start?
No.
Yes or no?
I'm gonna say no on that one because when I was growing up, I was born in the late 70s, so I was feeling myself in the 80s. But my mother, most of you know I'm biracial, so my mother had a rule that if you bought me a white doll, you also had to buy me a black doll. You were not just buying one. And in my house, black Barbie dated white Ken and vice versa. It's just how it went because I had such a large collection of dolls, and my mom made it a priority that was like that in my house.
I love that. I love that your mom did that. My mom was a great influencer. Obviously, I'm mixed up in the menudo pie. It wasn't until later she married this chocolate man who raised me, who I love him. His name is Willie Edwards. He's the man who raised me, and that's my daddy. I love him. But the thing is, I was grateful for the way that I was raised because we do have a mulatto family, right? And my mother, because she was a designer, she made all my dolls pretty dresses. Even if they didn't come with, she made them all pretty, like they were all the same. So in my mind, I didn't see the difference. But I will tell you, when I watched TV, all I saw was Diane Carroll. I was a little bit concerned. I was the only Black woman in America who was on TV.
And she was
for
fabulous. Oh my
honey,
God,
I wear gloves to this day because of Diane Carroll.
Well, Queen, I can say for me growing up, my mother was extremely light-skinned, green eyes, and had the biggest booty. I think she was like 5 feet tall, if that, right? So the booty had to be 4 foot of all of that, right? And when we're in the hood, I mean, let's keep it a bean. Let's keep it a bean. So my best friend, Kenya, she was light-skinned, and so I was always measured up against them. And I was a little upset being a kid because I'm like, okay, my skin is never gonna be there. And another good friend of mine, her name was Dawn Meadows. She was white and she had blonde hair and she had bangs, and I was trying to do the wave thing with trying to do the
Oh no, you didn't.
It didn't. Obviously, I can tell my hair is not Dawn Meadows' hair. And over time, but it was my grandmother who made me feel like that little chocolate drop who could do it all. I'm like, word? Because if you here for 15 years, you're ugly, you're stupid,
Right.
And Dr. What's his name? Umar Johnson, not to bring him up, but he said something. He said, if you're constantly hearing the lie 200 times and you only hear the truth once, it's the lie that's going to stay there. And so, I'm growing up now, I'm older. I'm like, man, I'm seeing the beauty in all of us. Oh, I'm really seeing it. And it took me forever to see it in me. So did I have bad relationships because I didn't look like somebody else?
Right.
Brazilian butt lift, no 6-pack abs at 44. I don't know too many women who do. But I learned to embrace this because the alternative is probably living in a 4-family flat with men I don't like, kids I don't like, or anything like that. So I just went in another direction. Thank God I had a chocolate grandmother who saw me as a golden child and tried to erase all of the negativity that my family, community, mom and dad put in me all those years.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I women on Dallas and talking, like, I like those clothes. I was like, when I grow up, I'm gonna be fly like that. I'm gonna be fly like that.
I'm gonna tell you, Breakfast at Tiffany was my favorite movie. My prom gown looked like something from Breakfast at Tiffany. I loved her. I have all 6 of her Barbies. I just want to be clear. I'm not a racist person at all. I collect all the Barbies. But Angel, when you grew up, like me, Jillian, Holly, and Precious, we grew up in a different time. You grew up with the international Barbies.
I loved Bratz dolls. I loved Bratz dolls.
Oh. That's what I mean. And then you grew up with seeing a lot of different people on TV. So your experience about who you are is got to be different than us. How was it for you?
I feel like representation was a little bit better for maybe my generation growing up. But I do want to say that as far as bad representation, sometimes as a Black woman, we're represented in a bad light on TV, such as like reality TV shows and things like that. And for Black women, if you're not lighter, you're definitely painted in a terrible light to the world.
Wow, that's so true. Even now to this day. And that's definitely true.
And I think that plays a part sometimes in how women view themselves, Black women specifically, based on how we're portrayed in the media. And even interacting with men, speaking from my personal experience, sometimes I've encountered Black men that almost think it's cute to put down dark-skinned women to kind of compliment you.
Wow.
And I think a lot of women experience that as far as how they view themselves based off of how we're portrayed.
Wow. So Precious, Jillian, and Holly, do you think that's shocking at this day and age that people are still looking at people on the color of their skin? Like, do you see that as weird and different?
I think it's just for me, it's been a continuation of what we have always seen, and it's just in a different form. Like when our Queen Angel talked about reality shows, I find it interesting that I don't watch them, but if there is a chocolate woman and she has a lot of education or she comes from money, there's an anger towards her, because I'm thinking, what is she supposed to be, po broke and lonely? She's supposed to be the maid in the back and serving up everybody else. And when you battle against that, and I know I'm a bold person. I know I'll come in like a wrecking ball. I know I do, because I refuse to allow people to put me in this place of, you just be the spook at the door. Oh, you can speak. Oh, where'd you get your, did you graduate from high school? Yeah, we're not going to do that. So it's this constant moving, like I'm moving forward and there's some things pushing me back. And I'm sure that's for a lot of us women. Like if you're not going to be the one that's always thrown up there, then what can you do to feel good about yourself?
Yeah.
That is
what can you do? Do you have to have straight hair? If I don't, do you have to have, that's why meeting the actor was so important, because you would never think like a Hollywood man of that stature would be looking at a 327-pound woman and being like, I'm gonna see you later. I'm like, I'll be right there. Don't even worry. I'm gonna come correct. Don't even worry. Listen, I'm gonna give it to him.
You crack me up. So Jillian, from your perspective, and just let you, Jillian has an array of friends. She doesn't look at color. I just want to be clear before she say anything.
I'm
Jillian,
colorblind.
Yeah, like for real, she is. So Jillian,
My father-in-law is actually really colorblind.
So Jillian,
go ahead.
You hear what goes on in a woman's mind, you being not a minority, how does that make you feel? Like, what are your thoughts around that?
Oh, I have such empathy for all of that. I'm so aware of all of that. I can't say that I've experienced what any of you have experienced, but I have such great empathy, and I've studied my history, so don't think that all white people don't know what's going on, because many of us do. Us, the ones that are educated, the ones that have taken the time to get to know and be aware and be involved and support. And I hear you guys talk about other women and stuff. And that's another thing too I want to talk about. We as women have struggled in the work field and industry. Us nurses get treated as well. Nurses, that's still true. We're still working at it a long way. And why don't we build women up? Why are we putting women down for whether they look good or they don't look good or whatever? It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter your color, your race, your religion, your gender, your sexuality. It just doesn't freaking matter. Why don't we build each other up instead of breaking each other down? It hurts. It hurts every time I hear it.
That's what I love about Jillian. She's always so positive. I just want to say, Total Health with Tara. Hello, first time listener. First of all, I love that she did that on the intro. That's number one. I feel that
I know Tara.
Yes. I feel like I got myself.
She's a nurse.
My wonderful woman I was surrounded by, and not those in the media. And that's the thing. And thanks, Tara, for saying it, because you do. We got to go outside sometimes and find those support groups. Rhumel said, we are experts in our own story. If you tell people that you are not worthy, they will believe you. And that's the thing. It's all about what you emulate. And then Total Health with Tara said it shouldn't happen, but it's always been there. And that's the truth. So unfortunately, when we look at ourselves, and I spend so much time, people see me and they just assume that I'm an asshole because I'm a light-skinned woman. They just assume that I'm an asshole, I'm persnickety, or whatever. And it doesn't help that I love couture. Y'all know I love that couture. Don't fool with it. But the point is, when I open my mouth, they go, oh my gosh, she's cool. But it takes that much. It takes up until the point I open my mouth, they go, oh, I'm a regular person. I tell people I got multiple degrees. Call me Chris. All that stuff is not necessary. That's not for me. Now, if you introducing me on the stage, in front of a bunch of people, I need you to do every alphabet I got after my name. All of them. No. Honestly, I'm still just Chris. All right, folks, we'll be right back after this quick commercial break. We're going to go into the role that we feel that social media is playing on us as women and how men are either twisting it or supporting it. Because I'm going to tell you right now, Kim Kardashian, that's what I call, those booties. I'm not understanding it. I'm really at a loss for words right now, how a person became famous off of being a hoe. Let's just do real talk, off of being a hoe with black men. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
What's up with it? Do it cause I love it and I stuck with it. We ain't with the subbing in the cut with it. Please none of the talks, I heard enough of it. Like, what you gonna do? Where you at? Who you with? You ain't really about this, don't talk about it. Really on the move, on the map, never slip. Keep your hands to your lips, don't talk about it. Real eyes, real lies all the time. Stand on it, if we said it, we don't walk around it. Loose lips, ain't ships, red cup, blue strips, new phone, who this? No, we don't allow it. Really on go, I don't know what's an off day. Now we on road, came from smoking in the hallway. Now we got shows, boys feeling like Broadway. Always look both ways, even on a crossway. Driving down Cross Bay, out town Barclays. Really on big things, came up a small way. Championship rings, baby, that's a ball game. Oh, she want a little bag, baby, that's small change. Yeah, that money talk. If we ain't cool, then cut me off. No breaking news, don't run your mouth. Thought it was the plug, now he running off. Thought it was a plug, now he running off. What you gonna do? Where you at?
Hey, if you're just tuning in tonight, thank you for tuning in to the 5Fs to Love Real Talk with the Ladies. You can always listen to our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Anchor, Spotify, and I'm missing one. So if you don't get a chance to catch all of this, you can catch us in the car or while you're working, just listen to the podcast because it's the same conversation. Every episode is there. And be sure to like us. If you're watching right now, like us. We need your likes. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. So listen, folks, for me, I'm going to have to tell you, I think some life things played with me. And then I went through and got my little psycho help. I sat down with the little therapist and they psychoanalyzed me and then they kind of fixed me. And then another situation happened called a relationship and it broke me. And then I had to go back because the relationship broke me. So the thing is, folks, as women, I have no idea why one person called that man can just, tear down. We could spend 20 years building it up, but they can have one conversation that'll have us in tears sitting in the corner. And I'm trying to figure out why. Why are we allowing this to happen? Jillian, I'm starting with you.
Yeah, that's a choice. You either choose to take things personally or you choose not to and just walk away.
I like
That's
that,
just
Jillian.
being tough, being tough with your mind and having control. Yeah, I've been through that when, I don't know, I feel like now that I'm in my 40s, I can just say I don't give a shit. Because I used to care too much. I think taking every little thing personally wasn't doing me any good. And then I would perseverate on that for days and days and months. And it would just drag me down and further down. So I say, just stop taking things personally. Look around you. There are people that love you and care about you. Stick with them. Those are your circle. That's your people. Don't even waste your time with people that are negative.
Wow. Okay, Holly, what's your thoughts?
I've been in those situations where I felt broken by a man. I think it's because my mind allowed me to believe I was in a safe space and I could be vulnerable with that person. So I don't allow that with just anybody. So I think when I put myself out there to allow this person to really get to know me and enter my life and be a part of it, when something that was done that was in bad taste or said that was not particularly kind, it was hard not to take it personally. Honestly, Jillian, it's when you're in a relationship with someone, you want to believe wholeheartedly that they have your best interests at heart.
Right.
They would never intentionally want to hurt you.
But could you take that experience?
I can't even imagine. I'm sorry?
And could you take that experience and embrace it for all the good that it was and value how
not
much
at that
stronger
moment,
it made
because I
you?
want to run him over with my
Not
car
in the
and then put it in
moment.
reverse and run over him
Yeah.
again.
But when you get healthier, like, because I can look back at my even abusive relationships. I had a man try to kill me. So I can look back and know that I'm a better person now, a stronger person now from every experience that I went through in my past, whether I was broken down, hearted.
Yeah, no, I
Every
get that.
experience, I
I get
don't
that. And
regret.
the
And you
lesson
can't go
is
back
a
and fix
blessing.
it. So
Yeah.
part of being mind tough. Yeah.
So Julian, just to let you know, it's a slight delay in
Yeah.
your audio. So Holly, what you're saying is though is in that moment,
In that
like
moment, you're just
you
so
want to run him
filled
over
with
with a car,
emotion.
right? You
Right.
want to punch him in the
It's
throat,
very emotional. It's very charged. It's a
right?
how dare you? I can't believe, I trusted you and I allowed you into this space and you just completely crapped on it. And later down the line, when I look at it, I'm not grateful for him. I'm grateful for the lesson. He can still kick rocks.
Right.
I've learned a lot. I have learned a lot. I've not always been in the best situations, but it definitely has shaped who I am today. I think in some of those instances, maybe temporarily, I did allow it to affect my self-esteem because there was no one in my circle that could talk me out of that spiral.
Right.
Oh.
I'm with you. Oh, I've been there. I had to pull myself up. Precious, I refuse to let you talk because I'm not crying with you right now.
What? I can't even go there. Shoot.
Are you going there or not? I need to know because I don't have any tissue. Okay.
So what I'm hearing is once you're on the other side, you can have a perspective. But I think the point of this entire conversation is why did I think I was good enough? If the men that I was dating in the end made me feel like crap, it's probably because I did feel like crap. I don't think I announced to the world, hey, treat me like crap. But I'm also afraid to really get out there because this dating world ain't like back in the day. I call you, I make sure, we go together, we go to a public thing and everything. Now it's a swipe, and I'm not getting on that. So for me, it's okay. I know I'm going to put myself out there, but I don't know what's out here with the cooties and stuff like that, and monkeypox and pandemic and stuff like that. So part of me wants to stay in, but part of me knows it's time to get out there and exercise these demons, and that's frightening. Right. I'm not 22 where everything was tight, right? Everything was and I don't want to slice brother or sister for saying something wrong. Like, oh my God. I'm gonna save your life right now. So I'm gonna exit stage left. You lucky you got edges. You lucky you still got money in your pocket. You lucky I don't have somebody outside beat you up. I'm gonna leave and we both gonna survive this night.
That is hilarious. So Angel, you are like baby girl. And I know women your age because I talked to my son, and my son, thank God, he's such a good guy. I love my kid. But he talks about that. He says, Mom, a lot of the girls I hear my age are damaged. And I said to him, why? So Angel, what's going on? What are these young guys doing out here?
A lot. They're doing too much, honestly. But that I think it just boils down to us women knowing our self-worth and knowing who you are at the end of the day. Because when you're seeking that validation from a man, you'll believe anything he tells you, and you'll crave that validation from him. And it's easy when you're in that vulnerable space to be manipulated and believe every little thing that a man is saying about you, and you ignore the constants in your life. Like, wow, when I'm around my friends and my family and the people that genuinely love me, this version of me is not coming out. But when I'm around you, it's a whole different person.
Right.
And I think when you know who you are and you really learn that, you'll realize, like, wow, why am I even with this person that's nitpicking at me like this when I have no business being with you in the first place? So it's a learning experience that you have to get for yourself.
Those men in Angel's generation, they got Andrew Tate. They got some demons out there just spewing the hate. I'm gonna put their names out there.
Go ahead.
Rest in peace to Kevin, but he needed to go.
And I'm gonna agree with you. He was toxic in the things he was saying. TNT, which is Tim from Real Talk with the Men, he said, "What I missed." He said, "Ladies, you looking good tonight. I know, especially Precious over there. And Jillian's hair is popping and locking. Thanks, Tim. Total Health with Tara, she said, only if we give them that power." Folks, I'm going to be real with you. I don't think we necessarily give anybody any power. I don't think that's what it is. I think in that moment when you tell that person you love them, you share with them who you truly are, which includes your body and in the best of you, because you're courting them for a reason, that power is not the issue. It's like anything else. You crave the acknowledgement from the person that you desperately want to be with, for them to see you in a certain way. And when they go against all of that and says something the total opposite, again, the 20 years you spent being uniquely you can be crushed in 30 seconds. And you're sitting there like, are you kidding me? Now, in your mind, you thinking, okay, I don't look good in an orange jumpsuit, so just give me a minute. Okay, now, if I do this, I can still get in trouble. Like, you're contemplating, what can I do to this person to hurt them as much as they hurt me? And then after you go through that cycle, then you're saying to yourself, what can I do to prove to this person that I'm not what they say that I am? What can I do to prove to this person they should love me as much as I love them? What should I prove to this person? And you go through this whole cycle of, what do I need to do to prove to this person? So I hear what everybody is saying, but I'm human. And when it's all going down, I'm not thinking about empowered. I'm not thinking about the time I spent. Let me tell you, I told this man one day, I said, listen, being a CEO is one thing, but I'm still a woman. And what you just said hurt my feelings. Now I'm going to get up to work tomorrow and manage my team. I have no problem with that. But what you just said to me, it hurt my feelings. Now, for us to change this tone that I got, you need to tell me that I'm pretty and that you like me. Because otherwise, this is not going to end nice. And he said to me, he said, that's what you need to say right now, that I'm pretty and that you like me. Okay? Because I need to end this conversation on a good note. He was like, you're serious. And so what men go to realize is this: every woman just wants to be loved and appreciated by one man. That's it. That's all we want. Now, if you can throw in, 2 or 3, we okay. Well, we just trying to really get to the number one. But if you can throw in a 2 and a 3, we okay with that too. Because the show about to come on, what is it? Lifetime. These Black women who got 2 and 3 husbands. I'm gonna watch that show. I'm gonna be clear. I might be side reporting on that on social media as a side hustle. Like I already manage 3 companies. I don't need no side hustle. But I can't wait till that show come out. It's called Sister Husbands or something. I mean, it's they got multiple spouses. I'm okay with that. But the thing is, men,
at this age, I am too.
I'm okay with that too.
society
Huh?
tells us that we want to be with one man and be loved by one man. That's just what society tells us. But if you get to
Well,
know
I think
yourself, then you decide what you want.
exactly. And I think everybody has different choices. Now for me, I can't be loving everybody. I just need one somebody. I got enough energy to put down the smack down on one. If it's more than one, I'm gonna be tired. I got stuff to do. I got stuff to
Baby
do.
Mac is in the room. Baby Mac is in the room.
Listen, I want y'all to be clear.
Can I ask a
Her
question?
father has real conversations with her. Baby Mac is not hearing anything that she has not heard. I just want to be clear. I mean, there's certain shows that I'm not gonna let Baby Mac on because that's Baby Mac. But this is a conversation that her father did approve for her to come on because he did. He approved her to come on and talk about this. But the thing is, you do have to make a decision. Now, Angel, in your age group, though, a lot of these young girls are deciding, I want to test things out. Like I'm gonna dabble with the women, I'm gonna dabble with the men, I'm gonna dabble outside of my race, I'm gonna dabble. They just dabbling. And the thing is, I don't know, like for me, I didn't grow up in a space where we could dabble. I wasn't in that space. Now, other people around me, when I went to college, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I woke up one night and my roommate was having sex and the woman had a dildo strapped to her. I fell out the bed, ran down the hall, called my mom on the phone, and said, "Mama, 2 girls are having sex." Next thing I know,
awesome.
I was like, "Move her off campus," because I didn't grow up in that. Like it was different for me. So what I'm saying is,
Well,
but in your day and age, it's just common. It's just a common thing.
You don't know what you don't know. Nobody knows
Right.
what they don't know unless they
Well,
try it.
Well, that's true, but I'm gonna be, what's happening. Reggie, don't be coming on here. See, Reggie, no, because he was at the DSU. What's going on, DSU? I love my Delaware State University support. I love y'all, especially my Qs. Y'all know I love y'all Qs. Y'all know I love y'all. They looked out for me in college. Hey, Reggie. But the thing is, that was startling for me. But again, Angel, most people your age, y'all fluid. Y'all just fluid, just run around town. Yeah. So let me ask you a question. This is before we go to commercial. Here he go. He doing a root. He doing the Q roof. Okay. Well, Reggie, you always. I'm surprised Reggie not out here with you doing the roof. Reggie Dillard is also a Q. That's why I'm like tease him. Okay. So let me ask you a question. If you met a man right now, you fell in love with him. Jillian, you can't answer this question. Jillian's not allowed to answer this question because she knows the answer. And I'm not. That's why Jillian can't answer. If you fell in love with a man right now and he turned to you and said that he was fluid, would you still be with him?
No.
Why is Holly and Precious? Y'all are like, are y'all thinking about it? Like,
But what if you're in love?
No, I'm
You
okay
wasn't
with it.
asking me.
I'm asking everybody. I'm asking everybody. Angel was like, no. Okay.
But it was a long pause. No, I need to know why there was a long pause before the no.
Okay, so would you continue to, like, if you were in love with this guy, he turned to you, he says, well, babe, I just want to let you know, like, I'm fluid.
No.
Angel said no. Okay, Holly?
If he was honest with it from the beginning,
yeah,
it would be a conversation. I would be open to the conversation.
That's fair. Because if Idris Elba told me that, I would be like, I'm okay with it.
Child. Michael B. Jordan. If Michael B. Jordan says that to me tomorrow, y'all won't see me never again.
I'll be like, Idris, baby, whatever you want, I'm okay with it. What about you, Precious? Precious like Christine.
Well, it's so interesting because I am comfortable in being fluid now, even though I had a relationship in 2 years. I'm at the age like I am. Listen, grandparents are deceased. I'm going to live my life. So if a gentleman did say that and we was all loving each other, I might be like, so I'm directing this, right? So I'm gonna bring out the video camera because I need to look back at what y'all doing and critique different angles and stuff like that. Where do I come in on that? But I will say to you, Queen Angel, when I was your age, I felt so boxed. I felt so boxed in. And not this isn't it's when I was your age. And so I once had a relationship with a woman from my college, and so quiet and so quiet about it. I look back now, that probably was the best for that point. Today, it would probably be a different story because no one's paying my rent but me.
Right.
I'm keeping it cute, no cooties, so I'm not engaged in anything like that. And I think we're at this point in time, and as you grow older, like I'm trying to live and let live. And if I decide, I don't know what you into, because you can say fluid, and it can be a whole lot of other things. I need to know a little bit more, and I need to know, because I'm looking for tests and I'm looking for all that. But honestly, I'm fluid now. I just ain't got no relationships, and I ain't trying to get no cooties, so I'm not engaging in anything right now.
And that's fair. And total health with Tara said I can't get with that personally. And the thing is,
respect. We respect.
I just want to be clear. That's like
this
one
is
of
an individual decision.
Things. Yeah, it does. And I'll be honest with you.
It's an individual decision.
I think it was great for me because I was able to sit down and talk with Jillian and Jessie. That's why Jillian couldn't answer, by the way, because Jillian knew what my answer was.
Yep.
I know what her answer is. That's why Jillian. But the thing is, I was able, and I like, because I can sit down and have open conversations with them. But because Jillian is married, I said to Jillian, like, that's like one of my number one questions when I meet somebody. Are you fluid? Right? Because it makes a difference to me because I'm not. So if you are, like Holly said, if you tell me this at the beginning, then I might have to do a little moment and ponder on it, right? So that's the thing. But if we already, we together, whatever. I don't know what's happening, but we have to talk about it.
We all just need to get to know ourselves and what our preferences are.
And that's the thing.
Okay.
And
that's how you figure out who you are.
And that's exactly what Jillian and Jessie said to me. Like, and the thing is, I want to be clear. I'm not opposed to anybody doing anything that they want to do. I'm 100% in supportive. You can tell by this whole network. I want everybody's voice to be heard. It's just that I just need one voice with me, and I need to be chocolate and deep and tall. Okay, we'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
Give me some directions to get to you. Ain't gonna waste my time. I know that we got connection. I think about you. You're on my mind. Yeah, I'm going out of my mind. Yeah, for you, my love. You drive me crazy, tell me what to do. I'm on my knees, yeah, I am begging you. I'll break the rules if it will get me to you.
Hey, welcome back to the 5 F's to Love Real Talk with the Ladies. Yes, I was dancing again. Why? Because I love 60s and recording promo. So just to let you guys know, tomorrow, Wednesday, is going to be a replay, which is Reda McDowell. And it's going to be a replay of Cause and Effect, and you should definitely check it out. Just to let you know, one of the major things that he keeps saying is, I meet no one but me. You can check that out. That's from season number 2, and I will be replaying that at some point because that one was a game changer for me. When Galen did that, I meet no one but me. Woo, honey, that was like reflection. As a matter of fact, I might change tomorrow's. It's not too late for y'all to, you know what? I'm going to change tomorrow's. Galen, if you're watching, I'm changing tomorrow. I'm making an executive decision. I'm changing. I'm gonna play I Meet No One But Me. I think after this, women need to see I Meet No One But Me. Okay, and then Friday is 60 is the new 40, which is Gerald. Gerald is outstanding. Of course, we got the finance squad. If y'all don't have y'all money right, honey, they did that 10, 20, 70 on Friday. I mean on last Saturday. I was producing the podcast and trying to get my finances together. I think I missed a commercial or two. I was on it. And you guys know Sunday is Dr. Shelley. She had last Sunday a pastor who was managing his daughter going through a transition. She's now a boy. She was originally a girl, and him being a leader of his church, how did he manage that? In the Word of God. And it was beautiful. Part 2 is this Sunday. So if you missed it, you can watch it. It's on our YouTube channel. So listen, ladies, before we go, I want to be clear. All of you are absolutely gorgeous. And let me just say this. I don't choose caste on beauty, but I will say this. You guys just end up being very beautiful. And you guys inspire me every day. Angel, you know, you are welcome to come back on every single podcast you want to come on. This was kind of like your interview. We do live interviews on 5S to Love. There's no point of pretending with the little interviews. But we like your perspective because we need a younger voice on here. Of course, you know, we want you to come on board. But what we want to do is we want to leave the ladies with some tools. What would you say to a woman unable to manage her negative thoughts as she self-reflects? Because that's big. When nobody's around, you're standing there by yourself and you're managing all of these negative thoughts. What would you say to them? Jillian, I'm going to start with you.
Can I just... Yeah, so a lot of it's self-awareness, get to know yourself. And Tara, she was trying to write something in, and I love what she just said. She just texted it to me about giving men the power. She said, that's not giving the power of their opinion of us being higher than our own opinion of ourselves. We can't allow anyone to have that. So we need to have a higher opinion of ourselves personally, and then always keep that to heart and keep that in our mind, because nobody, even your mom, can tell you something you don't believe in. The only match you believe in. You got to tell yourself that you believe in yourself.
And that's fair enough. But I want to be honest with every woman out there. When you're in that moment, I'm not feeling that in that moment. I've broken down plenty of times because somebody said something. Now 2 days later, I'm feeling the empowerment. But in that moment, I'm like grieving for myself. And there is no empowerment in that moment. But afterwards, oh, I'm a beast. Oh yeah, I'm coming through. Like what? He let this go? Idiot. I don't even know what's going on. Like I look at the mirror. You are hot like fire. I want to take you higher. That's like 2 days later. But at least I'm grieving though, at least for a good 24. I'm down for the count for 24. So Jillian, you and Tara don't call me during that 24. Wait till it's 48 hours later. Then I'm back to Christine. Okay, so Precious, what would you say to a woman?
But you can always tell them, talk to the hand.
That's what makes Jillian so awesome.
This is what I would say to our queens, and this stays in my mind. Back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all on me. Back then they didn't want me. Now I'm hot. They all on me. And I start my days with affirmations, but they're really confirmations now. It's not. I ain't. No. I'm confirming what it is. And so my purpose is not determined by society. It's not determined by men. It's determined by my creator. And so I'm a shine until my heart stops. And being bold and being confident, and also understanding I'm gonna have some less than pleasant moments. I love that when I look in the mirror, I don't see the girl who was unwanted. I see the woman who's a force to be reckoned with. And when y'all see Lizzo, know I preceded her. And I may not be her size, but I preceded Lizzo. I don't have to be an actor, dancer, or any of those sort of things. I can be a wrecking ball as a killer pitch master. So confirmation. You didn't want me, now you can come get it.
All right, Angel.
I would say, like Precious said, affirmations for sure. Be nice to yourself. You are your biggest critic. If you tell yourself that you love yourself enough and you're positive, you will believe it eventually. If you need to do your makeup, do your hair, post some pictures to get your confidence back, feel yourself, do that. Just remind yourself you're that girl always, regardless of what anybody says to you.
Oh, listen to baby McDowell. Okay, go Holly.
No, my first thing would be get a stronger sister circle. If you feel like you're in a space where you're just so down and you're so far down, you need a stronger sister circle. I love my sister circle. I can call them at any hour of the day, any day of the week, and they will make me feel better. If one of them is not available, I'm putting the ear pods on. I'm going for a walk. I need fresh air, clear my head, because I'm not going to have somebody out here making me feel some type of way. Because although I love and appreciate myself and I am very happy and content with where I am, words still hurt. It doesn't matter how I feel about myself. If somebody says something to me that makes me feel like it was out of character, it's still going to hurt. It doesn't mean that I don't love myself any less. It's what you said was hurtful because I thought you loved me. You said you loved me. I don't want to really say it's about giving them power. It was more about trusting. Mm-hmm. And I trusted you not to hurt my feelings, and you did. That doesn't mean I feel less about myself. I might go out and get my hair cut, chop it all off, and make it a different color. But hey, that's just what we do. So I'm going to say get a strong sister circle, have really serious conversations with them about where you're at, and let them talk you up. That's what they're there for.
I love that. That's good advice. And Gertrude, our number one since day one, says all the ladies are gorgeous. I enjoyed tonight's conversation. Total Health with Tara said we can coach you through the first 24. Tara, I'm calling you because I'm gonna need that coaching sometime. She said, and yes, Precious, mirror work is huge. And she said, Lizzo who? Gertrude also said, I built a cocoon around myself to self-reflect and heal. There was so much damage I had to heal from. Today, I feel alive, smell the flowers, smile beautifully, knowing I am stronger. I love me truly. And guys, that's what it's about. So as we close out this segment, I want to say thank you to all the ladies. But I want to say to everyone out there tonight that being human is okay. And as Holly said, it's okay when someone hurts you because people do tend to say things that are hurtful. And they do it sometimes intentionally because they hurt themselves. So when you think about when a person is aiming at you, think about what they're not truly saying to you. It's how they truly feel about themselves. And in that moment, they want you to feel worse than they do. So understand this. It's human to be hurt. It's okay that you need time to heal before you go back out to battle. Because, honey, life is a battle. May it be work, may it be personal. Life is a battle because you're trying to manage your emotions and everything that's going on around you. But I will say this. Sister circles are so important. It's good to have a good core of friends that you can just pick up the phone and talk to at any time. I have that. Lucky for me, I got my dude squad and my gal pals. So depending on how it's going down, I call and they're always there for me. Trust when I say to you, there is tomorrow and that the uniqueness of you is only you. No one else can be you. So be uniquely you, whatever that looks like every day. And affirmations are important. Every woman tonight said affirmations. Tell yourself you're beautiful. Tell yourself that you're unique and you're loved and appreciated. And guess what? What you put out will begin to come to you. Those things will begin to surround you and love you for who you are. Be uniquely you. And as Jillian said, take the time out to find out what you really want. Find out. Don't just focus in one area and think that's the only thing to being great. All I have to say is tune in to 5F's to Love podcast network. We have conversations every night, 7 days a week. So if this one don't work, honey, we got another one that's going to fix what's itching. Why? Because we care about you here at the 5F's to Love. We'll see you guys tomorrow night with Jillian McDowell. Thanks for joining us, and be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.